Hi, my name is Dale McCluskey, and this is Kita Kojo. I'm going to spend a couple minutes just to talk about this whole mind and body connection. Kojo's here on a board and train. Kojo, you're going to see the reactions back and forth here, and I'll level myself out a little bit, Kojo, but here what Kojo's in need of a little bit is roll change. So all roll change here I'm doing Kojo. I'm just working on his mind. So I'm playing off this interconnection. How I'm playing off this whole psychology of this is I'm not trying to hold him in tight. Okay, I'm some of these states at a certain level with him. So what I'm doing is I'm basically going to change his, I'm impacting his decision making. You see Kojo. So if I pet him, what it is first is put some influence over his mind, get in a state here, and then I can pet. But then when I'm petting, understand the whole issue of this. When people talk about petting and wanting to, connect on an emotional level with dogs, understand here, and what I'm doing here, I'm basically leveling myself out here a little bit. So what I'm doing here with Kojo is, I'm making sure that, most people have to bring themselves up. They've given too much power away in the relationship through too much emotion. Here, when I'm connecting with Kojo, because he's gained a certain level of power, I want to bring myself down a little bit. It's kind of like meeting in the middle, basically, because the reason why trainers will get bit is because what's happening is, they're taking the dog and it's just too much. Okay, it's like even before so what you have to do is you have to understand how that bridge is being built. So when you're taking any dog, don't ever be fooled. I mean, the dog could be huge, holding a huge amount of power. So even here, for example, move Kojo front, forward, put him back, so it's smooth and fluid. So here you see I'm using a choke chain on Kojo, but I'm using it, in my instance, I'm using it for control, but I'm using it carefully. It's part of me, but what I'm doing here, if you're using a device, even with certain dogs that perhaps are very strong, like Kojo, you can see how big he is. I'm careful how I use things because the mind's still doing it. But I'm using the device, how I use the device, I'm using it to control a little bit here, okay? Because if I just go, my goal is to go into a leash of flat collar with Kojo because we're going to work off this connection. But what I'm doing here, everything I use, I'm using to my advantage, okay? That's the thing with understanding how I'm playing off this connection. But I'm leveling it down. So I'm making sure when I'm doing stuff with Kojo, is I'm kind of building that bridge carefully, okay? So just want to kind of give you a peek into this connection. You see Kojo here, you see him, he's a beautiful dog. I mean, just gorgeous dog. But again, I can't get too wrapped up even when I'm doing this. I have to make sure that I'm connecting the right way. And even when I'm pushing on him, when you push on a dog like this, when I'm putting influence over his mind, you'll see that what it creates is a calmness, a balance here. So even the authority I'm using on Kojo isn't harmful. I'm just following nature's path, so I'm linking into nature. This is all nature. This isn't about being aggressive with dogs, being mean with dogs, because again, dogs really do know that you have their best interests at heart, so you're not, the techniques I use aren't meant to be aggressive or mean. This is meant to, just like being a parent, basically. That's all this system follows. So thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this gives you a little bit better idea of what I'm doing with dogs. Thanks very much.